Hey guys, my name is Stephanie and I'm so excited to be taking part in my second season of Team Challenge. I hate that I can't be there with all of you guys tonight, but I'm really looking forward to getting to meet all of you over the next few months. Let me start off by saying just how humbled I am to be this year's team honoree. A little bit of my story: I was first diagnosed with Crohn's when I was 13 years old. I'd had symptoms for a couple years at that point, but it came on pretty hard in my 8th grade year. I lost a lot of weight and I ended up in the hospital for 25 days to the point of being fed nutrients through a tube, but was able to get out after that, and it was a really long road to recovery, but thankfully I had a pretty mild recurrence of Crohn's disease over the next few years through high school. It was actually my freshman year of college when things kind of kicked up again, and I ended up back in the hospital for another 2 weeks. At that point, my symptoms never really went away, and for the next 7 years, I lived with the constant urge just to go to the bathroom, oftentimes with very little warning. I had difficulty maintaining my weight, and I was always exhausted. My doctor had been talking to me for several years about this option of surgery, but I constantly told him that I was not interested, even though I had been through pretty much just about every medication you can imagine, most of which didn't help that much. And basically for me, my bar of feeling good was so low that I didn't even realize how sick I was at the time. And in October of 2011, I actually started a new medication that's just been released for Crohn's disease. And soon after that, I ended up in the hospital once about every 4 weeks with some sort of infection, which, as I'm sure many of you know, can be very dangerous for somebody with a suppressed immune system. And in February of last year, I had a colonoscopy, and my doctor told me that I had the worst gut he had ever seen in somebody as high functioning as I was. But I still told him I really wasn't interested in the surgery, but he said he really didn't have any other options because we had gone through every medication that was available. So at that point, I went off medication for the first time in about 12 years, and after that point, I started having extreme joint pain to the point that my ankles had swelled up to the size of baseballs, and I couldn't even walk on them, and I was having so much pain I couldn't even hardly sit up in bed. I finally realized that even though I did not want to go through with the surgery, I knew I could not go on any longer the way that I was. And on May 7th of 2012, I had my entire colon removed, and I was given a permanent ileostomy. And it was really difficult to accept at first, but within that first week after my surgery, I was already feeling so much better that I started realizing that it was the best decision for me. About 2 months later after my surgery, I decided to start working out again and decided to train for a triathlon, which I completed in October of last year. And it was right around that time that I first learned about Team Challenge and was introduced to Brittany and decided that I wanted to join. Not only because I wanted to show myself that I could do something that I never would have before thought was possible that I could do, but I also wanted that opportunity to help others who are out there dealing with the same issues that I was. And it was such a incredible experience being part of the Team Challenge group and being surrounded by all of these people who understand what you're dealing with and know your situation, and they're all out there racing and raising money to find a cure for people just like me. And I can't even say what an amazing feeling that was. And crossing the finish line after 13.1 miles was just the icing on the cake. And I'm so excited to do it all again this year as a mentor and as an honoree. I think it's going to be a really great season. And I want to say thank you to all of you for supporting the fight against IBD. And I really can't wait to meet you all and to start running together.